Leisure's Z12 Gold Edition. Today I'll be unboxing this, showing you everything that you're gonna get, and also go over some of the reasons why the original S12 is one of my most favorite planar IEMs, or just IEMs in general, in my entire collection. Hey friends, Tim here, welcome back to another video on Giz Audio, and today we have the Z12 Gold Edition unboxing, and yes, this is the same Z12 as the original red and blue Z12, the limited edition CEO's collaboration. It has the exact same tuning, just in a different color scheme and also with different accessories. So let's begin the unboxing. This is the front of the box. You can see gold and black, super cool design here. More information on the IEMs in the back. Pull out the sleeve. Ooh. There we go. The IEMs sit in there like so, and it looks really good. The gold, I was kind of worried at first that it's gonna be too gold, but not at all. This is a matte gold, very well finished. The paint itself is anodized on as well, so you won't get any paint shipping issues that you get with some Moondrop IEMs. Aria Snow. Same with the first set of Z12, you also get some foam tips. Under the IEM, you get this nice leather carrying case, exactly the same as the Z12 as well. And inside, you get the brand new Chimera cable with interchangeable terminations. Yes, this is the biggest difference between the original Z12 S12 and the Z12 Gold Edition. This cable is brand new, and you can also buy this cable separate as well if you already own a Z12 and you don't really want to buy another Z12 for the cable. You can buy them separate. I'll link that below. Cable quality is exactly the same as the original right here, the only difference being that the termination can now be changed as opposed to the old one that can't. Here are the rest of the tips that comes with the IEM. Here are the IEMs up close attached to the cable. Now you don't need to go for the black and gold color scheme. You can also go with both blacks or both gold. Personally, I like having black and gold though, because I do own the red and blue set, so now I can really mix and match them any way I want because they sound exactly the same. So I can have maybe like a blue gold or a red black, something like that. So if you do already own the original Z12 and you have money to throw around, then why not get another one so you can have color options for different days, I guess, that you want to use the IEM. There's also an option for $10 more to add this leather neck strap in with your purchase. Now these, let me show you how it's used. So this is what it looks like wearing it out. Looks pretty cool. Have with the Monarch MK2. When you take them off, pull, they hang like that. Once again, it sounds exactly the same as the original Z12. If you guys do not know what the Z12 sounds like, it's basically the S12 with 2 dB more in sub bass. The sound does come across a little bit more balanced than the S12, but depending on your library, you might not notice a difference at all. If your library consists of a lot more higher end instruments or female vocals that lives in the higher ranges, you will feel that the extra bass on the Z12 balance out the treble area in the original S12 a bit more. But if you have a library that consists of a lot of low end instruments, mainly bass focused instruments already, then you're probably not going to notice that big of a change as opposed to the other libraries. Now let's get into why I love the original S12 and by extension the Z12 so much. And right now, if I were to pick my most favorite planar of all time, it's most likely the S12 and the Z12 over even the Timeless, the Hook X, or the Station Wu, or any other planars that's on the market. This to me just sounds the most special, the most unique, and also has the least amount of planar timbre. We'll get into little details about all these points as we go in the video. But yes, as a full package planar that's well tuned and has some kind of wow factor, the S12 really does shine above the other planars, at least in my personal opinion. It is the reason why the S12 sits with me on the table and not in my storage box like all the other IEMs do. I do grab this and use it on occasion. Even though I have more expensive IEMs, I do find myself missing the sound of the S12. It is just that unique. And if I do get a chance to do a high-end collab, I would love to have the S12 type of tuning, but with more details baked into it. To me, if I have an end game level S12, I'll be really happy. Now let's get into the little individual reasons why I love the S12 so much. Reason number one is the wow factor. It has an immediate wow factor. The stage is really wide and the treble extension, it sparkles, it shines. And even though it looks scary and can potentially be too much for some, I know I always give that warning, but honestly, it was never too much for me. I think the upper mid-range being also aggressive balances out that treble really well, as opposed to having a less aggressive upper mid-range and having that treble spike on its own. That I'll feel, that will be annoying. But the upper mid-range is also just as aggressive, so it balances out the signature. The treble, though still a lot, still sparkly, never comes across peaky or sibilancy or annoying like some other sets can do. Besides the wowing soundstage and treble area, the rest of the frequency range is also really well tuned. The bass is awesome. It's rumbly, it hits with good impact. The mid-range is not sacrificed too much. It is a V-shaped IEM, yes, but the mid-range is largely still correct. And also, now this is reason number two, the timbre on this is the best out of all the planars. Now, if you guys did not know, planar IEMs have this planar timbre. Now, it's really hard to describe exactly how that sounds unless you A/B them with other IEMs that has different driver configurations, but all planars have this to some degree. And while I never really talked about it because some people don't really feel or hear the differences, and I don't want to deter people from trying planar IEMs just because they may or may not be able to perceive this elusive timbre. But for me, I can hear the timbre quite strongly, and the worst of them is the Seishin Wu. The Seishin Wu for me have this really strong planar timbre that I really didn't like listening. Even though it is the most well-tuned planar on the market today, that timbre bugged me so much that I almost never used it. The Timeless has quite a bit of that as well, though not as much as the Seishin Wu, but the S12 on the other hand has the least amount of them, and also because of that comes across more musical and smoother than the other planars. Hence why it is the only planar I'll ever even consider using, the S12 and now the C12. And point number three, it is just unique. Nothing sounds like the S12 but the S12. The C12 sounds close, but you know, within this realm, the S12, C12, nothing sounds like it. You know exactly it's the S12 when you hear it, and that's something I can truly appreciate. Now, there's a lot of unique sound signatures out there, but a lot of them are not listenable or just weird and wonky altogether. The S12 is one of those really rare IEMs that has a unique tuning that works. So yes, to recap, the S12 and the C12 both have wow factor tuning, wow factor elements, the best timbre of all the planar IEMs, and lastly, it is just mega unique. You won't find anything like the S12. And did I mention you can grab one of these for less than $160 for the C12 and sometime for the S12 less than $130? The value is insane for everything that you get. Just, oh, what a nice bow to wrap on top of everything that I just said. Get the S12, get the C12. I love them both, and it's something that everyone should try at least once.